One of the biggest threats to your retirement isn't just a market downturn. It's a downturn really early on. So a major correction in those first few years can shrink your portfolio and trigger the urge to sell everything. That emotional reaction, it could do more damage to your retirement than the market itself. So how do you protect yourself, not just financially, but emotionally, from making the wrong moves at the wrong time? That's where the bucket strategy comes in. It gives you a clear, structured way to draw down your income in retirement, even when markets get choppy. And today, we're going to break down how it works and how to get beyond just the basics. But before we do that, hi, my name is Kurt. I'm a certified financial planner, and on this channel, we explore money and meaning. Let's jump into it. Today, we're talking about something called the bucket strategy. It's a smart and structured way to generate steady retirement income while protecting your portfolio from market turbulence. Now, a lot of people just scratch the surface when they explain this, but today we're going to get a little bit deeper. So I'll show you how to use the bucket strategy, not just to manage your withdrawals, but to reduce taxes, fight inflation, and even coordinate it with your Social Security timing. Let's get into it. The core idea behind the bucket strategy is actually really simple. You divide your retirement savings into different buckets based on when you need the money. Think of it like organizing your fridge. You keep stuff you'll use soon in the fridge, stuff you'll use in the coming weeks and months, maybe in the pantry, and the things that you'll use farther down the road, you'll put those in the freezer. The same goes with your money. You don't want to rely on long-term investments for next month's bill, so we can break it down like this. Bucket 1, this is for your short-term spending, your next 1 to 3 years of your income needs. This is safe money held in money market funds, cash, high yield savings, stuff like that. Bucket 2, this is going to cover your expenses from about 3 to 7 years. This is where you might use corporate bonds, a bond ladder, or even some conservative income funds. And then in bucket 3, this is for long-term growth. These are investments that you won't touch for 7 years or more. That's where you keep stocks, equity ETFs, or even some real estate if that fits within your plan. What makes this strategy so effective is that it gives your investments the gift of time. So let's say the market dips in year 2 of your retirement. Because you've got bucket 1 fully stocked with cash, you're not forced to sell any stocks at a loss. And that's how you sidestep the sequence of returns risk, which is the danger of you taking withdrawals during a down market really early in your retirement, because this can really do lasting damage to your portfolio. But with this setup, with the bucket strategy, your short-term income is protected, your middle-term income is stable, and your long-term investments have all the time they need to recover and grow. So that's just the basics. Now let's go beyond the basics and look how we can use this strategy for even greater results. One of the first layers to consider with this strategy is tax efficiency. Most retirees have multiple accounts spread across taxable, traditional IRAs, Roth IRAs. But all of these accounts are taxed very differently. So if you're not careful about which bucket you draw from first, you could end up paying more in taxes than you need to. One smart approach is to fund bucket 1 early in retirement with withdrawals from your taxable account. That way, you keep your ordinary income low while still meeting your spending needs. Then in the years before your RMDs hit, which is usually around age 73, you can take advantage of a lower tax bracket to do things like Roth conversions from an IRA, if that's appropriate for you. And that moves money from tax-deferred accounts into a tax-free one, which ultimately helps by lowering your lifetime tax bill and giving your Roth bucket more time to grow tax-free. Another big piece of the puzzle is inflation. So over a 30-year retirement, even a modest 3% inflation rate can really reduce your purchasing power by about half. So that's why bucket 3, the long-term growth bucket, is so important. Stocks, over time, have historically outpaced inflation, so you don't want to be too conservative with your investments across the board. Even bucket 2 can include inflation-friendly options like TIPS, or Treasury inflation-protected securities, or bond letters that mature right as you need them. So this layered approach gives your plan the flexibility to adapt over time, but without constantly reacting to economic headlines. Now, let's talk about Social Security. Deciding when you claim those benefits is a huge decision. I've done a video just talking about that. But taking your benefits at age 62 means smaller checks, but more of them. However, waiting to age 70 means a bigger monthly benefit, but you'll need to cover more years of spending with your own portfolio. So this is where your buckets play a crucial supporting role. By using funds from bucket 1 and 2, you can often afford to delay Social Security and lock in that higher benefit. And that gives you more guaranteed income later in life, which can really be helpful with longevity risk, which is basically the risk of running out of money. So how do you actually maintain this system? Well, picture it like this. Every year or so, you rebalance. When the market is up, you can trim the gains in bucket 3 and use that to refill buckets 2 and 1. And if the market's down, you pull from your middle bucket 2 instead, giving your stocks in bucket 3 time to recover. And this is really where working with a financial planner can really make a big difference. They can help you decide when to rebalance, how to manage the taxes, and when to shift your allocations as your lifestyle and goals inevitably evolve. The beauty of the bucket strategy is that it blends structure and flexibility. So you don't have to guess each year where your income is coming from. It's built into the system. But you also have the ability to adapt as life changes. And that peace of mind in retirement is priceless. So if you're looking for a way to turn your savings into sustainable income without the constant stress of watching the markets, this strategy is absolutely worth considering. And remember, the most effective plans are those that are built around your real life, your lifestyle, your goals, your health, not just some spreadsheet. And if you want to learn more about aligning your money and your meaning, hit the subscribe button. We've got more videos coming to help you retire with confidence and clarity. Thanks for watching. We'll see you next time.